Hello, I am Crystal from the Crystal Center of Healing. Happy Labor Day weekend. We're almost done with August. We're heading into September. Oh, and before I forget, please like and subscribe to these videos so I can create more and more content. This is actually part of my self-care. And if you've watched any of my other videos, I talk a lot about different ways of self-care other than the traditional ones like exercise and diet, what you put in your mouth. Mental health is also part of that because I consider health to be all-encompassing because your brain is not outside of your body, and that's where your mental health is, in your brain, what you talk about yourself, how you see yourself. It's all one body, mind, and spirit. It's all the same to me. And our healthcare system needs to recognize that a little more, but that's a whole nother story. I'm hoping it's going to get cooler soon. I'm tired of the frizzy hair from the humidity. Hopefully everybody is doing well. If you're struggling with anything, check out some of my videos. I've done videos on judgment, on confidence, on dissolving doubts, alternative self-care things that you may have not thought about or thought in the realm that's actually self-care, like being of service is actually self-care, believe it or not. Besides staying hydrated. Because being of service it helps you and helps other people at the same time. So it's a win-win all around. And this is my way of being of service, is doing these videos. It's easier for an introvert like me to do things like this. My first videos, you'll probably be like, wow, this chick really can't talk on video, but I've gotten better. Practice. I don't say practice makes perfect. That's a terrible, terrible line because there's no such thing as perfection. Plus, it's subjective a lot of times. So if you watch any of my other videos, I get a card for the week. And we're heading into, like I said, we're heading into September. I can't believe it. That 2025 is moving along. It's a 9-year in numerology. And 9s are endings. So if you see a lot of endings in your life, friends leaving, maybe family leaving, whether it's a non-communication type or passing away type. For me, I don't think I really had a lot of physical people, friends leaving me. I still talk to pretty much everybody in my circle. I had 3 pets leave me last year on an 8-year. And that was rough. I just celebrated the anniversary. Well, not really celebrated. That's not kind of the right word. But my one dog that passed in August of last year, I was remembering him. He was like my best buddy. I still cry and tear up when I talk about him and think about him, like I am now. Let me try to move past that. Nobody wants to see me cry in these videos. But that's life. You might have moved, you may have changed jobs, you may have decided to move on with life and follow your dreams and your aspirations. That all could be part of the 9-year. eclipse season is starting. Thank God we're past Mercury retrograde. It was particularly hard this time around for me. Sometimes they're not too bad, but let me clear this deck first. Alright, let's try it again. Alright, what do we need to do next week? And we got one flipping out already. Ooh, interesting. So, if you're seeing this, it may resonate with you, it may not. Befriending pain. Befriending pain. And this could mean physical pain, emotional pain, spiritual pain. Pain is pain, no matter how it is coming to you. And the back of the card says, when discomfort becomes a friend, my most limiting beliefs are healed. When discomfort becomes a friend, my most limiting beliefs are healed. And I can think of one person right now that I'm good friends with that needs to hear this. Just think about that for a minute, and I'll get the book and see what more insights there are to this. When you befriend pain, you are allowing limitations to be released from the cells of your body. Because pain is often the result of rapid transformation, it is essential to make friends with it in recognition of how quickly you are evolving. It might be uncomfortable and sometimes nearly unbearable, but your most profound shifts in consciousness often occur once pain is befriended as an ally of your evolution. This mantra is ideal for healing the body, mind, and soul on an energetic level. That definitely goes for my friend. I'll have to send her this link for this video because she's dealing with a lot of differences in pain. And I've had some conversations with her about this. Not going too deep with it, just kind of checking in with her and seeing how she's doing. But like anything, and when I read this, I thought about anger too. Because anger can be a result of pain, just like frustration. And there's two other things that fall under the anger umbrella, and I can't think of them right at this moment. And what I say about anger is channeling it into other things and make it a more positive experience. You can take pain and anger and channel them into something absolutely wonderful, and it's healing in that way. I know it's hard when you deal with terminal pain, it's hard to think that you can make something positive out of it, but there are ways of doing it. Like I said, being of service. If you are dealing with pain, you could be running a support group, listening to other people and their pain issues, as we would say. And you could get insight from that. That's something that you might have thought about that somebody else has thought about. So you can channel these things into positive experiences. It's, are you willing to do it? Are you ready to do it? Do you feel this is something that you should do? Think about that. Reflect on that. Befriending pain. I mean, pain, if you allow it, will limit you. It'll make you go into victim mode, survival mode, and that's not particularly healthy. Now, if I'm not saying that you have to never have a negative thought or a depressive thought or an anxious thought, because we're human and that's going to happen. You need to allow yourself to feel the feelings that you're feeling: anger, frustration, hurt. But you can't live in it constantly. Even though you might be constantly living in pain, especially if it's a physical pain, there are ways of helping mitigate that so you're not quite in so much pain. And that's where being of service does help. I have another friend who is an energy healer like me, and she's been on the path longer, and she deals with terminal pain, and she's been being of service for years now. And a couple years ago, we were at a retreat with our teacher, and then all of a sudden, something lifted, and she was able to do something that what you do every day, and it was less painful for her, and it was just a victory for her. And I can remember her. I remember looking at her, and we were having lunch, I believe, and then all of a sudden she was just like, "Oh my gosh, I could do this," and it's not as painful. I don't think it got rid of all her pain, but it wasn't as painful, so it got dialed back for her because she was being of service, even though that she was living a life in physical pain. And last time I talked to her, she was a little better again, and still working away, trying to live her best life, even though that she's in chronic pain. And sometimes it's things like having chronic pain or something chronic in your life to make you realize things that you've taken for granted. And that's where having a gratitude practice helps you. Because we all go through things, different things. And like I've said before, I believe that life is about evolution. It's not about, and this, I've been thinking about this too. It's not, some people think it's about, creating wealth and keeping up with the Joneses and the whole facade that, we have money, we have power, we're just, everything's just wonderful. And just thinking about that, it makes me sort of angry, but yet I feel sorry for those people, because there's more to life than money. Money is a tool. Money doesn't get you anywhere. You go into the next life, or when you pass, or whatever you believe, you're not taking that with you. So what does having expensive cars and yachts and a mansion that you're just running around in, what does that give you? It doesn't love you. You don't get unconditional love from it. I mean, if I had all the money in the world, I wouldn't be driving around in a Beamer. Seriously, I wouldn't. I think about this all the time. Like I like my car right now, except that the AC is not working in it, so it's kind of rough living in Southwest Florida with no AC. I was out earlier and I came home a sweaty mess, but I still like my car, and I think I paid 12,000 for it maybe. It's 13 years old, but I still love it. Just wish I could afford to get the AC fixed. Um, so to me, life is not about accumulating money. Now, don't get me wrong. It would be nice to have, some money in the bank that don't have to worry about paying my bills. Like, if I'm gonna have enough or not. I mean, that would be nice, because money does make me stressed and anxious. But seriously, I wouldn't have a mansion. I had a larger house before I moved here. It wasn't huge, huge. It was, I think it was 2,400 square feet, 4 bedrooms, 2.5 baths. And it's great. I loved my house. I had some land, but it didn't really love me back. I mean, the land was a different story. I had a little pond, a little Japanese maple tree, and I had some fish and frogs in it, and that made me happy. And I thought that was a cool thing to have. I actually missed that because the guy who bought it just ran it over. But anyway, getting back to the pain, I guess that's kind of my thoughts in pain, some of the things that have happened, but coming back around. Oh, I'm sorry, I do this a lot. It's like I leapfrog from things that are in my head that I feel that are connected. Um, I mean, you could have all the money in the world and stop pain and can't do anything about it. I think that's kind of where I was getting with the whole, like, people that are into the facade of life when it's about our evolution and learning. I really do feel like we're here to learn stuff for our next life, because I believe that we come back, because we're all energy. We're not destroyed. We can't be destroyed. Our souls are the energy of us that live in our bodies, what we're kind of dealt with. I mean, you could be in pain because you're overweight. You could be in pain because you're not where you think you should be in life. Or, like I was talking about, physical pain, because that's usually the first thing we think about when we think about pain, is physical pain. I'm a little pain now because I just did lots and lots of yard work Thursday night and then most of the day yesterday, in between all the breaks I had to take because it was so humid and I had a hard time breathing. Because the air was so thick and so humid, and it was 90 some degrees. It felt like 100 degrees out there. And I still didn't get it all done. I mean, I got all of it mowed, but I have this giant grass growing back here. It's kind of like stalks. I see it everywhere. And it was like 12 feet tall, and so it was like hanging over, and I couldn't walk through. So it was just like, I need to cut this stuff down. And I only got half of it cut. I got the cut where it was like impeding me walking back into my yard. And I couldn't find the right tool. My electric hedge trimmers were not going through it. I couldn't find my manual trimmers like where they went. So I was using a hand thing for trees. So it took me a little longer, and then I had to haul it all to the front so the city can come pick it up. And it was becoming painful. I have scratches all over my arms. I started to sneeze. I felt sort of kind of itchy when I came in, but not itchy enough to scratch. I don't. It was some kind of histamine reaction, but very low grade. I know some people, their bodies like over make histamine. I knew somebody that all of a sudden would just go into anaphylaxis. He always carry an EpiPen, or we'd have to get Benadryl down his throat. And one time we were just driving somewhere and he just started going into a reaction. It was scary. So he has to take multiple antihistamines a day so he doesn't go into anaphylaxis. So pain, discomfort, make it your friend. Whether it's physical, emotional, spiritual, pain, just befriend it. See what you can learn from it. It has a lesson, believe it or not. I believe everything's a lesson. From the most basic things to complicated things like sickness of the body, sickness of the spirit, of the mind. It's all a lesson to give us wisdom so we can help somebody else out. Whether it's friends, family, your children, which reminds me I need to call my son. Since he doesn't call me, typical young adult, doesn't call his mom. Oh, life, it's messy sometimes. Just can't believe how many scratches I got from working in the yard yesterday. Mosquito bites. My hamstrings are killing me. My feet hurt. Reminds me, did I take ibuprofen? I know I did last night. It's enough pain though to make me think about things. Like I was out doing yard work and that's great for grounding because I have a hard time grounding. So I did a lot of grounding the past 2 days. And that's helped me. And I could feel my chakras opening up before I came to do this video. And I thought, especially my heart, I could feel it up to my heart. And I was like, okay, I need to go do the video for the week. My heart chakra's opening up. And that's a good time, means I'm grounded. Enough to come here and talk about some stuff and not be scrambled. Something keeps clicking and it's, I don't know why. But yes, hopefully you get something out of this little talk about befriending pain. So let's do a little bit of a meditation. I just led a meditation group on Thursday. Somebody else was supposed to lead, but she couldn't do it, so I stepped in and I did the first 3 chakras, and we used the mantras for the chakras. And it's funny and I knew this is what the people that were coming on the call needed. Silence is maddening or scary to them. So I'm trying to, which I felt that working with the people that come regularly, I could feel that's what they needed. And I want to get them to the place that hopefully they'll be open to doing regular meditation and not just guided meditations. Because it's important to be able to sit with yourself for a while in silence. Even if you're using a mantra, I use mantra-based meditation to help me open the gap between my thoughts. And that's where the magic happens. That's where you become one with everything, the universe, the human collective, um, and it helps um, spark different areas of your brain that you don't normally use. Um, and this is based on science. This is not. I'm not making this up. You know, they hook up people with all the nodes and stuff and have somebody meditate. They did that with Deepak Chopra and Vishen from Mind Valley. They did some work on those guys that are spiritual teachers and big time meditators. Um, it's helped me a lot. I'm sure if you've watched any of my other videos, I'm a big proponent of meditation. Regular meditation. Guided ones are good too, like what I'm doing. If you want to work on specific things, they're just relaxing for self-care. That's why I do it. So if you take some time out for yourself just to listen to me guide you through a meditation and lead you to more of a traditional meditation by not constantly talking. Hint, hint. To make you sit with yourself, because it's important to be able to befriend yourself, whether you're dealing with pain or anger or frustration or hurt, or whatever it may be. So hopefully you've been getting comfortable, and while I've been rambling on, I know I say that a lot about rambling. I live alone. Talk to my cat, and I talk to you guys. So, both feet flat on the floor if you're sitting in a chair, which is perfectly fine. With guided meditation or regular meditation, if you lay down, you're most likely to fall asleep, which is good if you need sleep. But if you want to work on something, it's not real helpful. And take a minute to clear your space. If you've been with me before, we imagine a white sheet on the floor of the room you're in. And you're going to visualize raising that sheet slowly up into the sky, where the spirit helpers will take it away and transmute all that lower frequency, vibrational, whatever energy that's not helping you, that no longer serves you, that you don't want to be attached to anymore. Allow the sheet to go through you and cut cords. Clean up kind of you and your area. Know that you are safe in your space with me and this guided meditation. And you can do that white sheet method as many times as you feel that you need to feel a shift in the room. Sometimes once isn't enough. And this is great because you can do this method anywhere. You don't have to worry about carrying sage with you, whether you're burning the actual bundle of sage or if you got the spray. They make spray now. Some people are allergic to sage. So this is a great alternative. I mean, I've sat in airports and done it. Because the energy is crazy at airports. Bus stations, airport, any mode of transportation. There's always crazy energy. And I often wonder the people that are anxious flyers, if they went into a space before getting on the plane that was clear of energy, would help them tremendously. So we're getting comfy. We cleared our space. We want to take some breaths. Let's do a double inhale. So you're going to slowly inhale, and when you get close to filling your lungs, you do a quick inhale If you're a singer, you know what I'm talking about. You take those quick inhales. If you have another phrase to get through and you're running out of air, you do this quick, you know. Swimmers can do it too. So we're going to breathe in, another inhale, and slowly exhale through your mouth. And what is happening here is when you inhale, it increases your heart rate. I'm not quite sure I can't remember what the second inhale does, except it stops. I think it stops your nervous system, and then when you exhale and you're doing it slowly, that actually slows your heart down a little bit, your rate. And somehow it tricks the mind into de-stressing. I think this was something Andrew Huberman came up with. I don't know if he came up with it, but he talks about it. I find it a good way to bring your stress level down pretty quickly, actually. So do that a few times. Get yourself settled. And I want you to just visualize your mind, a place that makes you feel happy, joyful. The beach or the woods, a field, water. We're just going to visualize that to de-stress you and get you kind of in a, I wouldn't say receiving mode, but you'll understand once we get to it. So wherever it is, what's the day like? Is it sunny? Is it windy? Is it calm? If it's sunny, just feel the sun on your face, the breeze on your skin. Are there any sounds you hear? Maybe birds and trees or the sky. Maybe the sound of waves from the ocean or from a lake, a babbling brook. Just get all your senses involved. Remember, you are safe. Spirit is with you. While you just feel wherever you are, wherever makes you happy. Just think about the joy this place brings you, the unconditional love that's all around you. Just breathe in, breathe it all in as you relax and become less tense. Your mind is in a good space, your body's in a good space, and your spirit's in a good space. Everything's just working together to help relax you and de-stress, bring up your mood. Now I want you to, since the theme is befriending pain, I want you to think of something that's uncomfortable, that causes you discomfort, or if you do have emotional, spiritual, physical pain, I want you to just bring that to your mind without being upset. Just Look at it with a discerning eye. And think about how you can befriend this pain. What do you think you're learning from this pain? What can it teach you? And if you're having problems thinking about what the lesson is or what it can teach you, um, think about it. If a friend was telling you about a pain, what advice would you give your friend about what could be learned from this discomfort or this pain? How is this limiting you? How is this pain limiting you in your life? Have you come complacent and resolved the fact that you will always have this pain? Regardless of how long you were living with it, there's still always a lesson. How can you channel it into a more positive experience? Could you create a support group or join a support group? Can you learn all you can about chronic pain through spiritual, medical pain management stuff and help others with it? Could you figure out why it's limiting you? What is the purpose of it? What is one thing you can start doing to take this discomfort or pain and make it your friend, to start the healing process? What is one thing you wish for yourself in dealing with this pain, this discomfort? And dig a little deeper besides not having the pain anymore. And lastly, what would it mean to you to not have this pain or discomfort anymore? want you to take all of that we just reflected on, went through, thought about, and I want you to put it in a box. Doesn't matter if it's box shape, circle shape, doesn't matter. You can decorate your box, it could be a certain color, it could be a big box, little box, doesn't matter. But we're just going to put it all in the box. Put the pain, the discovery, what it would mean to you, everything you just thought of, put it in this box. And close it up with a bright red ribbon or silver ribbon or gold ribbon or whatever color. Could be a decorative ribbon with the moon, sun, and stars on it. Now imagine it connected to a Japanese lantern. And we're going to light the candle in that lantern. And when you're ready, release your lantern into the sky. And what we're doing is we're honoring this pain and discomfort. But at the same time, we're letting go of some of it. And watch it fly up into the sky till you can't see it anymore. And allow yourself to feel relief. And joy of the reflection of the pain and discomfort until you can't see it anymore. Take a couple deep cleansing breaths. And as you bring yourself back, I'm hoping that it will clarify some things for you to take with you as you go back into life from this meditation. Perhaps you'll journal about it, reflect more about it. Maybe even rewatch this video to get more insight into your pain and why you should befriend it and why it's a limiting belief. And as we're starting a new month, how you can better deal with your pain and how you can start really moving forward on healing. And don't be hard on yourself. Show yourself love and caring, grace. Because we're all doing the best that we can every day. And as my therapist says, I don't think I'll say it exactly how he said it, but you couldn't do it any other way at the time. So, happy Labor Day, and happy new month. Work on your mantras of befriending pain, for healing the body, mind, and soul on a spiritual level, And hopefully I'll see you the first full week of September. Take care. Remember to like and subscribe to the Crystal Center of Healing. I'm Crystal. I'm here to help. If you want to work with me one-on-one, email me at Crystal, the Crystal Center of Healing. If you wish to help me out and make a donation, you can do that through PayPal, the Crystal Center of Healing. And I'll talk to you soon. Take care.